We have studied one colligative property called as boiling point elevation. In that, first of all, we studied about what is boiling point. Then we saw how the boiling point of a solution is increased by adding a non-volatile solute into it. We learned that part using the graph. Then we have seen about the concentration of the solution and elevation in boiling point. We have seen the relation between concentration of solution and the elevation of boiling point. That equation was delta TF is equal to Kf into M. M is the molality of the solution. Hence, from that equation, we get the relation between delta TF and M, that is the elevation in boiling point and molality of the solution. Further, we studied about the relationship between boiling point elevation and molar mass of solute, and for that we derived one equation called as delta TB is equal to Kb into 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1, and based upon this equation the numericals can be asked in the exams. So we will solve a numerical of this. I will read the numerical. I have written it in front of you on the blackboard. I will read. The boiling point of ethyl acetate is 77.06 degrees Celsius. A solution of 50 gram non-volatile solute in 150 gram of ethyl acetate boils at 84.27 degrees Celsius. Evaluate the molar mass of solute if Kb for ethyl acetate is 2.77 degrees Celsius kilogram mole inverse. See, if you read the given example or numerical carefully, you will find out the different values given, and using those values you can find out the molar mass of solute. So, going to solution of the numerical, first of all we will write given data. What is given? First of all, it is given that the boiling point of ethyl acetate is 77.06 degrees Celsius. Here ethyl acetate is a solvent, and the boiling point of solvent is given as T0B. So T0B is equal to 77.06 degrees Celsius. Further, what is given? A solution of 50 gram of non-volatile solute. That means the mass of solute is given. Mass of solute is denoted by W2. W2 is equal to 50 gram. This solute is dissolved in 150 gram of ethyl acetate. Hence, 150 is the mass of the solvent. So here we write W1 is equal to 150 gram because the mass of solvent is denoted by W1. This ethyl acetate, by addition of the solute, boils at 84.27 degrees Celsius. This is the boiling point of the solution, which is denoted by TB. Further, what is given is, we have given the value of Kb. Kb is 2.77 degrees Celsius kilogram mole inverse. These are the different values given. Further, we will write what we have to find. What is to be found? We have to find the molar mass of solute, which is denoted by M2. M2 is equal to question mark. Further we will write formula. Formula is delta TB is equal to KB into 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1, and using this formula we will solve the numerical to find out the molar mass of solute. So I will write all the given values in the formula. Delta TB is the difference of boiling point of the pure solvent and the solution. So what is the boiling point of solution? 84.27 minus TB, T0B, that is 77.06, which is equal to, how much is the value of KB? KB is 2.77. Now you have to remember one thing, that generally the molar elevation constant is given in the units of Kelvin kilogram per mole, but here it is given in degree Celsius. But no matter, the difference between the temperature either in Kelvin or in degree Celsius is same. So the value of KB in degree Celsius is similar to that of the value of KB in the units of Kelvin. So KB, whenever it is given in degree Celsius, you use the same value for Kelvin. So I write for the KB 2.77 multiplied by 1000 into W2. What is W2? W2 is 50 divided by M2, that we have to find, and multiplied by W1. W1, the value is 150. See, you subtract 77.06 from 84.27. So the delta TB obtained is 7.21 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 2.77 into 1000 into 50 divided by M2 into 150. Now we will rearrange this formula for M2. So for M2, what we get is 2.77 into 1000 into 50 divided by this M2 from the denominator side goes to numerator side on the opposite side. This 7.21 comes into denominator multiplied by 150. If you solve this, you will get the answer for M2, that is 128 gram per mole. Multiply 2.77 by 1000 by 50, and the whole answer must be divided by the product of 7.21 and 150. So the final answer that you get is 128 gram per mole. The answer for molar mass of solute is 128 gram per mole. Whenever the given values we are using and finding out the M2, the unit for M2 is gram per mole, because it is the molar mass, and we always express molar mass in the units of gram per mole. Here we have studied the numerical of relationship between elevation in boiling point and molar mass of solute. In this chapter solutions, we are going to study in all 4 colligative properties. Out of those 4 properties, we have studied 2 properties. That is, first one is vapor pressure lowering, and another property that we studied is boiling point elevation. Now we will be studying the third colligative property, that is freezing point depression. Freezing point depression. Recall the definition of freezing point that we have studied earlier. Freezing point of any liquid is defined as the temperature at which the liquid and solid phases of the same substance are in equilibrium and their vapor pressures are same. Such a temperature is called as freezing point of the liquid. See, ज्या टेम्परेचरला एखाद्या लिक्विड हा त्याच्याच सॉलिड फेजमध्ये इक्विलिब्रियममध्ये असतो आणि जर त्यावेळेला तो लिक्विड आणि सॉलिड यांचं वेपर प्रेशर समान असेल तर आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की ते जे दिलेलं टेम्परेचर आहे ते त्या लिक्विडचा काय आहे, फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट आहे. सी अगेन आय विल रिपीट इट. द फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट इज द टेम्परेचर ॲट विच अ लिक्विड इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम विथ इट्स सॉलिड फेज and at that temperature the vapor pressures of both liquid and solid state are same. That temperature is called as freezing point. The colligative property is freezing point depression. Depression means to reduce or to decrease. How the freezing point depresses? We'll see. Whenever a non-volatile solute is added into a pure solvent, the freezing point of that solution is decreased. This decrease in the freezing point of the pure solvent by addition of a non-volatile solute is called as freezing point depression. Getting it? Freezing point depression is denoted by delta TF. As we studied now, whenever a non-volatile solute is added into a pure solvent, its freezing point is lowered. Now we'll see the mathematical equation for delta TF. First of all, we will understand some terms. The first term is T0F. TF is naturally the freezing point. 0 refers to pure solvent, and hence T0F is the T0F is the freezing point of pure solvent. TF is the freezing point of solution. And according to the concept of freezing point depression, when a non-volatile solute is added into a pure solvent, its freezing point decreases, and hence we can say that T0F greater than TF. And as T0F is greater than TF, we can get the equation for delta TF as the equation for delta TF is T0F minus TF. That is, the freezing point depression is defined as the difference between freezing point of pure solvent and freezing point of solution. That is freezing point depression. Freezing point depression is a colligative property which is also related to the vapor pressure lowering. As when we were studying the colligative property, boiling point elevation, we saw graphically how the boiling point of the solution increases due to changes in vapor pressure. Similarly, In freezing point depression, we will be studying this property, freezing point depression, with respect to the vapor pressure lowering, and for that we will study a graph. The graph is using that graph, we will study freezing point depression as a consequence of vapor pressure lowering. The graph is of vapor pressure versus temperature. I will draw that graph and I will explain you. See the graph that I have drawn. The graph, in this graph, we have plotted temperature on x-axis. The values of temperature are increasing from left hand to right hand side. On y-axis, we have plotted the values of vapor pressures. The graph includes three curves. The curve AB, which shows the variation of vapor pressure with temperature for solid solvent. The next curve is the curve CD, which shows the variation of vapor pressure with temperature. And the next curve is EF, that is the curve for solution in which there is variation of vapor pressure with temperature. According to the definition of freezing point, we have studied that at the temperature of freezing point, the two phases, that is liquid and solid phase, are in equilibrium, as well as their vapor pressures are equal. So, first we will compare the curve AB and CD, and if you observe carefully, you will find that at point B, the vapor pressure of solid and vapor pressure of liquid solvent becomes equal. See, at point B, I will show in the graph the vapor pressure value of solid solvent and liquid solvent becomes equal. So, according to the definition of the freezing point, we find that the temperature that corresponds to point B on the x-axis is nothing but the boiling point of the solvent, pure solvent, which is denoted by T0F. So, the temperature that corresponds to point B is the freezing point of the pure solvent, that is T0F. Now we will compare the two curves of solid solvent and solution, which are shown by pink and blue color, and if you see those graphs carefully, those curves carefully, you will find that the curve AB and curve EF intersect at point E to each other, and at the point E, again the vapor pressures of solid solvent and solution become equal. I have shown it in the graph. So, at the point E, as the vapor pressures of solid and liquid solution are same, the temperature corresponding to that point will be the boiling point of the freezing point of the solution. So, at point E, the temperature corresponding is the freezing point of the solution, which is denoted by TF. And if you observe it carefully, you will find that from the graph, T0F is greater than TF. From the graph, what is observed? It is observed that T0F is greater than TF. That means, in other words, we say that whenever a non-volatile solute is added into a pure solvent, its freezing point is lowered. This lowering of the freezing point of the solution by addition of non-volatile solute is nothing but the freezing point depression. So, from this graph, we have studied that how the freezing point depression depends on the lowering of the vapor pressure. So, getting it that by addition of a non-volatile solute, the freezing point of the solution is decreased. Now we'll see why the freezing point is decreased by addition of a non-volatile solute. Why is freezing point depressed or why it is lowered? You imagine that there is a pure solvent. As there are no any other particles in the pure solvent, in pure solvent condition, the force of attraction between the solvent molecules is very high. Due to this high force of attraction between the solvent molecules, the temperature that is required for the conversion of liquid into solid is achieved. That is, at the freezing point of the pure solvent, the forces which are present between the pure solvent molecules are enough to cause a vapor change from liquid state to solid state, and hence due to this high force of attraction, the pure solvent undergoes freezing at a low temperature. By addition of a non-volatile solute, what happens? The solvent molecules are separated. Due to this separation of solvent molecules by solid molecules, the force of attraction between them is also lower. As we add a non-volatile solute into a pure solvent, what happens? The solvent molecules are separated from each other, and due to this separation, the attractive force between the solvent molecules is decreased. As a consequence of this, the freezing point of the solvent is lowered to cause the phase change. That means at the freezing point of pure solvent, now the solvent in which a solute is added will not freeze, it will require less freezing point. So by addition of a non-volatile solute, as the force of attraction between solvent molecules is decreased, the freezing point or the temperature is lowered to cause the phase change. Therefore we say that the freezing point is lower. This is how, by addition of a non-volatile solute, the freezing point of the solution is depressed. The next point related to freezing point depression is freezing point depression and concentration of solution. We will study the relation between freezing point depression and concentration of solution. We know that delta TF is directly proportional to M. Here delta TF is freezing point depression and M is the molality of the solution. Delta TF is directly proportional to M. By removing the proportionality sign, we get the equation as the equation obtained by removing proportionality sign is delta TF is equal to Kf into M. Here delta TF is freezing point depression Small m is the molality of solution and Kf is proportionality constant, which is called as constant for freezing point depression, or Kf is also called as molar depression constant. We will see the units of Kf. According to this equation, delta TF is equal to Kf into M. The value for Kf can be obtained by dividing delta TF by M. This equation is rearranged. So for Kf we get Kf is equal to delta TF upon M. Delta TF is freezing point depression, which is given in the units of Kelvin. Molality, small m is molality. Molality is given in the units of mole per kg. So the unit of Kf can be given as Kelvin kilogram. This kilogram, which is in the denominator of the denominator, will go into numerator. So what we get is Kelvin kilogram, and this mole, which is in denominator, can be written as mole inverse. So the unit of Kf, that is unit of molar depression constant, is Kelvin kilogram mole inverse. Now we will study the definition of Kf. What is the equation for Kf? The equation for Kf is delta TF upon M. Now you consider that the molality of solution M is 1. The solution is of 1 molal. At M is equal to 1, what we get is Kf is equal to delta TF. And from this equation we can find out the definition of Kf. How can it be defined? Kf, that is molar depression constant, is equal to the freezing point depression produced by 1 molar solution. बघा Kf ची डेफिनेशन आपण कशी देऊ शकतो? Kf म्हणजेच मोलर डिप्रेशन कॉन्स्टंट हे फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट डिप्रेशन एवढंच आहे ज्या वेळेला सोल्युशनची मोलॅलिटी 1 असणार आहे. Whenever the molality of the solution is 1, the Kf can be defined as the delta TF, which is the freezing point depression produced by 1 molar solution. Now we'll study the relationship between freezing point depression and molar mass of solute. Relation between delta TF and M2. Just now, while studying the relation between freezing point depression and concentration of solution, we studied an equation given as delta TF is equal to Kf into M. Here, delta TF is freezing point depression, Kf is the molar depression constant, and M is molality of solution. We can write the formula for molality, that is small m. Small m molality is equal to molality can be given as number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. So for small m, the equation obtained is W2 upon M2 whole divided by W1 gram, which can be given as W1 multiplied by 1000 gram per kilogram. So the equation for molality is W2 into 1000 divided by M2 into W1. This value or this equation which we have got for molality, we'll substitute that into the equation delta TF is equal to Kf into M. Consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Now substitute equation 2 into 1. What we get is delta TF is equal to Kf into W2 into 1000 divided by M2 into W1. We will rearrange this equation for the value of M2. It can be given as M2 is equal to Kf into W2 into 1000 divided by delta TF into W1, and this is the important equation which gives relation between freezing point depression and molar mass of solute. Similar to that of boiling point elevation, the questions on this topic can be asked as derive the relationship between freezing point depression and molar mass of solute, or else sometimes the numericals can also be asked based on this formula. So we will solve a numerical using this formula. हे थांबवणार का?